they cloaked me before I left, and we went between and came out. We went through a portal apparently in a planet. We're on some kind of a spy mission, and we're waiting in pitch darkness for, hopefully, Galilee and the Andromeda Council guides that work with us. So, I have a cloak of invisibility on me, so there was a reason for my energy field to be invisible, I guess is the best way to say it. Oh, God. Wait, what? I think a shuttle is here, but I can't see anything. The door just opened. Galilee's waving. Oh, goodness. Are you going to be okay here, Guillee? Yes. Okay. She's going to nap. I have a feeling she'll meet us elsewhere, Karen. Get in. Okay. Thank you, Guillee. The shuttle's cloaked. I don't think we've ever seen it cloaked like this before, Mark. So, namaste, Galilee. The door's closed. I can talk. Namaste, Kari and Willem. I'm so glad to see you too as well. Namaste, Karen and Mark.
Namaste, everyone.
Oh, we took off. And what is the secret mission we're on? What are we spying on, guys? That's the note I got from Guillee, that we are spying on something. You'll see. Oh, shucks. They won't give me any information up front. Okay, then. How's life in Inner Earth? Let's just small talk then. We're just going through another dark portal through the walls of the planet. And I know what planet we're in. Saturn. Aha. And Saturn. So what's the truth about Saturn? I have heard some people state that Saturn is the satanic planet. As on Earth, Karen, all planets have good and evil in them. You have beings in all areas that choose to serve the dark web. Let's put it that way. And you have beings that choose to serve the light web. That is duality. The real key is what we learned in the meeting in the other dimension, is that there has to be a balance between destruction and creation. Destruction being the dark web, creation being the light web. Saturn is a planet that the Nazis, the secret space program Nazis, have done some really dark experiments. As you know, you've seen them, and that has now been stopped. They are now in a different dimension, as we learned during that meeting. Yes, where they wanted to have a treaty and it was denied because of things they were doing and undermining. Correct. Yeah, I think that was 2 months ago, wasn't it, Mark, that we had that meeting, 2 or 3 months ago?
I think so, yes, about that.
Something like that. Yeah, that somebody could go back and listen to. Okay. We're out in space now, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay. I'm hearing the word mining. Are we going to some kind of a moon or an asteroid where they're doing mining work? Very good. Yes, we are. So if I'm cloaked, and if this is a spy mission, then it's telling me that this isn't, whatever's happening here is serving the dark web, correct? Yes, that is correct. Okay. What is the Andromeda Council trying to find out, Galilee? We need to know to what extent they are mining and what they are mining. We believe that what they're telling us they're getting from this asteroid is not the truth. We actually feel that they are mining a particular element that is very destructive. It could destroy planets. And we need to find out in order to set up a counterintelligence operation. And why is that something you wanted Mark and I to bring back knowledge about? What does this have to do with Earth? They're going to bring it back to Earth. And they don't realize the full extent of its power. If it is used incorrectly, it could cause another catastrophe like the one that destroyed Atlantis. Atlantis was a different element. They utilized the energy sources at the time. But this is a type of energy source that has the capabilities of an atom bomb that could destroy most of or all of the planet. But then the ripple effect of that would mean inner Earth, would mean the dimensionalities that can be reached through Earth. There are portals. You've already seen all of the portals that are in the Bermuda Triangle, and Karen, there's many more than you have even seen. Your poles both have portals, other dimensions. Many worlds could be destroyed if this element is brought back and used even partially the way it could be used. Why do these elements exist then? What is, or is there any good of these elements? Is there anything good that they do? Yes. They can also be used to create portals. They can be used to create wormholes. But America doesn't have the technology to know how to use it for that. It would be misused, not appropriately used. Good question, Karen. As you know, and as you've taught, everything can be used for a positive or negative. You can use water for a positive, or you can, to save somebody's life, or you can hold their head under it and drown them. Everything can be used those two ways in duality. Yes, Mark, you have a question.
Could they teleport, transport in some way, shape, or fashion this asteroid somewhere else where it can be safely utilized and not used for a harmful intention?
Yes and no. Yes, that is feasible. We've shown you how we can move it into another dimension, move its orbit into another dimension. So, yes, that is possible. However, enough knowledge has been attained, we believe, and we need to counter it. We need to figure out how to, let me put it this way. The intent is to allow it to be taken and then neutralize it, the same as we have done the atom bombs that have been attempted to be released on Earth. And this way, we teach that this element isn't as effective as they think. We would rather not have them searching for more of it. We'd rather have them think it's not any good. Because the truth of the matter is, if anyone from Earth ever needs it in the future, they will find it through us and how to use it appropriately. We can introduce it in a different way so they won't even attribute it to the work and the experimentation they've done. It could be reintroduced in a positive way. That is the plan. We have found that to be most effective on planets. And then the beings who experiment on it, release it, let it go, and new scientists later on discover it from a positive perspective instead of a negative perspective. There's still a contingent on Earth that is attempting in any way, shape, or form, since since CERN was stopped from creating a wormhole so they could escape. They're now looking for another way, but they don't realize. And they probably they don't care if they use it in a way that destroys the planet just so they get off of it. And as you know, we're committed to saving Earth and assisting humanity. So, I just realized that we had stopped. We're just floating. And we're still masked, aren't we? Cloaked, not masked. Cloaked. Yes, Karen, we are. Oh, I just saw a ship come off of the asteroid. Yes. We have to be very careful. What our intel tells us is that they have abilities to see certain dimensions and certain shadow effects to find out if someone's observing them. So we are cloaked right now in one of the clouds of the orbit around them. So we're okay. But should this energy pattern shift, we have to move with it or leave. Okay. Can you create that effect? Or you have to find it around the planet, or around the asteroid, I should say. This is huge for an asteroid. Yes, it is. So why is it stopped? Why it got into a gravitational field and now it's orbiting this moon? Ah, okay. What moon? Wait, Oh, Saturn has a moon, I think. There are many moons you don't know about, Karen. There are many planets that are being hidden from humanity. Yes, Mark.
Was this asteroid part of Maldak, one of the planets that was destroyed? Or what is its origin?
Good question, Mark. It actually is part of the Maldak destruction. Yes. That's why it's so big. Yes, exactly. Okay.
So there could definitely be more out like this one elsewhere.
Correct. And that is why else it would not assist us to move this one. This will just go to others. So we really need to sabotage the knowledge. Works for us, doesn't it, Mark? If they don't use it for destruction.
Yeah, I love your plan. I love it.
And by the way, thank you for stopping all the atom bombs that you all helped stop. We greatly appreciate it. Okay, so I have to start describing what I'm seeing to you guys. I'm seeing, what are they? There's like light beams shooting out. Yes, Karen, some of those are lasers they're using to cut into the rocks. And some of them, they laser out around the asteroid to detect or hit any ships that are coming to observe them. This is the fire that we have to be very careful of. And that's why we're in this cloud. Well, won't they shoot into clouds? No. They won't. They believe that we can't see anything through them. They're a particular field of energy created, again, as a masking device. But we have learned how to use them as a shield, and we have the equipment to see beyond them. They don't realize. What I should let all of you know is that's thanks to the commander of the Red Reptilians. So this is Draco technology that he's given to the Andromeda Council. Is that accurate? It is. So they do not realize how much of their technology we have. Do they realize that the commander has such a huge network? I want to say army, but it's more of a network. Do they have any clue? No, they do not. Now, let's talk a little more about that. The reptilians are very intuitive. It's almost like they have that consciousness that connects them, like swarms of birds and swarms of fish. And they can usually read the minds of all the reptilians. So the Dracos have a real power, control, intuitive mental ability about them. How come they can't connect to any of this? We talked about this once before. The commander, again, we've helped him create a way to use their own technologies against them. The same as we used this technology to find where they were hiding in inner Earth. The hybrid super soldiers were hiding out in chambers. and they were trying to put them in chambers to have them, what were they called, Mark? Sleep. They were in it to.
Right.
Oh,
Well, I remember that.
chamber.
Right. Yeah.
I can't come up with the name.
That's what they were stasis.
Stasis chamber. Thank you. That was when they were doing the stasis chambers. And remember how the commander helped us key into the frequency of it. That is exactly what they're doing again.
And I remember that there was some type of a cocoon type or energy field which they would go into to be healed, and they would come out almost like they were younger at one of the episodes that we saw. You remember that one? Are
you talking about the hybrids?
Yeah, it was in one of the shows. They showed us of a technology they could use that they for healing.
I think that was the stasis chamber. I think that was the same one.
No, it was something different. On one of the episodes, I remember it, but it's okay. Let's just move on. Okay. We can ask the commander about it when we see the commander, when that time is right.
So what we were saying is they have given us this technology that we can be covert within the field they created and see beyond it. I love it. I love it. Okay. We're actually floating, aren't we? We're floating in this cloud, so to speak. Yes, we are. Okay. All right. It's just we're seeing, it's like we're moving to the right and the asteroid we're turning in a circle around to the right, but the asteroid is turning in a circle to the left. That's what I'm seeing here. Oh, we just came around to another part of the asteroid, and there is would you consider that a landing strip? It's a huge opening, sort of like planes when they have the cargo hold. It's like a cargo hold airstrip that's inside of this asteroid. Correct. We're not going in there, are we? No. Karen, not with you. We're not. Thank you. Just thank you. I don't want to get stuck in there or caught in there. Different when you're virtual. Okay. So now, Harry, what are we watching for? What are we hoping to see? Look at Galilee's instrument panel, Karen. Okay. Oh. You're running a scan, aren't you? I am. And you're scanning for the different elements that are in there. Correct. We needed the cargo hold door to open. It was the way that we could get in. The scanner can get in to the inside of the core of where they're working to be able to pick up this detection. There's a field around the outside. We can't get in through that. So we needed to wait for a moment to get in and scan when that door is open. We've been able to try figure out to a large degree what time of the day they go in and out so that we have a ship here that can read the signals. And we're just getting as much data as we can right now. But we've gotten enough to know this is not something that is creative and constructive. It's definitely going to be used for destruction. Okay. Ooh. Some kind of counter just went crazy. Yep, it's detecting what we thought. And there's a high volume of it. What we've been noticing for the last couple months is that this counter the readings have been becoming more intense, higher, greater, which means that they have developed a lot more of the substance through the coming months. A lot more of the substance. And they're hoping that while there's a pandemic, they will be able to use this to escape. They're looking for an escape. And in all honesty, this would be a perfect escape plan if we hadn't figured it out. We hadn't gotten a clue to look for it. Let me guess. The commander? That would be a good guess. Thank God for the commander. Or a reptilian who wanted something, who wanted freedom. Who wanted freedom, even though he really didn't even know what that looked like or felt like or what it could mean to his people. We are very blessed to have him in our friendship, aren't we? We are very blessed. And Karen, he would say the same about you and us. Yes, he would.
Will we be seeing the commander again soon?
Time will tell. Time will tell. He has been very busy with his bases. Oh, how many does he have now? They are up to 15. And are they throughout multiple galaxies? Are they mostly in the Orion? No, Karen. There's 15 in different galaxies. So he's got them in all the different galaxies. And the plan being is, number one, as you know, it's multiracial, multi-species. It's a way to help with the ascension of this universe. He is creating the very oneness, equality, acceptance that you're working on achieving. And he's doing it for every galaxy. He's doing it to free his people and teach his people what acceptance, equality, and oneness look like. And he's doing it to heal the karma of his people. But as you have so clearly learned about your planet as well, it's easy for humans to be entrapped and enslaved by those who serve the dark web. His people, the red reptilians, and many others of the reptilian race were entrapped and enslaved by those who choose to serve the dark web in his species. That is called karma, in the same way it is called karma on Earth. This is his way of cleaning up the karma. But more importantly, it is his way of having his people ascend, of learning what cooperation and collaboration look like, feel like, why it's important to have many beings of many skill sets with many capabilities come together. How great the synergy of expansion is in that kind of teamwork. That's what's being learned in his days. That's what's being taught, and that's what's being learned in the bases he is creating. And the technology, the knowledge, the wisdom is just phenomenal. His work has helped us grow exponentially, and vice versa. It has been a wonderful collaboration. We are so honored that we met him. And Karen and Mark, that's thanks a lot to you. When you first met him in 2011, and you went on that ship, I still can't believe you did that. We were watching you. We were following you. You did not know that at the time. It was because of you and that connection that we got in touch with him. So, you too started this whole process of this connection.
Yeah, because I remember that I also, with my team, brought a lot of additional support for the commander and the others that he brought in. So both Karen and I both contributed to that together because it was for the greater good.
Oh, Mark, it was on your show that I met him. It was your show, not mine.
Wow.
That I first met him. Yeah. You created that.
We did it together.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. You did it together. Congratulations. Because look what it has expanded into. And Karen, I remember how fearful you were. You were kind of shaking in your shoes. I was. I had this cloak on, and I kept seeing these two snake eyes out of this cloak and thinking, God, where are you? What did you let me walk into? Hello, Archangel Michael? What did you guys let me walk into? And yet, I felt love. And his words were very loving. But boy, I was on edge. That whole show, I was on edge. Oh. So, anyway, Galilee, let's get back to our mission. Oh, wow. He's got this whole panel of all these readings and Geiger counter thingies and charts and graphs and instruments galore. I didn't have a clue they were all there. They weren't lit up before. Yes, we're getting some really good readings here. Good readings? I don't necessarily feel like they're good readings. We're just getting a lot of intel. Yes, that would be another way to say it. A lot of intel about what we need to know next. Okay, excellent. All right, so if I'm in a cloaked shuttle, Curry, why do I have a cloak on as well? Because your energy signature is different than ours. Shuttle already cloaks us and our energy field. Yours isn't cloaked. We needed you to have an extra cloaking material around you. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. What else do we need to know from this? It's interesting. We're really moving fast around here. Think about clouds on Earth. Some of them move fast, some of them move slow. Okay. We're now kind of past the opening. Oh, it just closed. Just enough time. Okay. He's quickly saving. Galilee's saving everything. And what was that? You just sent it off to somewhere? Can't they see that? Can't they detect that energy packet that just left? No. Yes, Karen, they could. I sent it to the storage of the shuttle. If anything happened to us, it's sort of like the black box of your planes. It could be retrieved, and the information could be obtained. So we're going to leave now, right? So we don't have to worry about that. Yes, we're going to leave now. Kitty, I don't like to be anywhere where there's a lot of Dracos. We can leave now. Meeting one once was enough. Don't need to go back there again. Now, how do we get out of this field? We can't take the field with us, can we? No, we cannot. We need to wait. There's a particular point at which we can dart without being detected. He is turning. Do we need to turn around? Yeah, he just turned halfway around so we can still see the asteroid. It seems like we're floating faster now again. And we're getting to the one corner of the asteroid. Is that where we need to be? Exactly, Karen. 1, 2, 3, now. Whew. Okay, we just shut. We just went into hyperspeed. Oh. If they detected anything, it could be a shooting star. Okay. Wow. All right, we're out of there. Oof. A little creepy. I don't think I was cut out to be a spy. I'm not so sure that's what I was cut out to do. I am too much of an empath. I feel that energy too easily. Corey's just laughing. Corey and Guillee are laughing. And Galilee's trying to hold himself. Just because you guys are spies doesn't mean I am. So, okay, now what? Is there something else that we need to see, or are you taking me back to Guillee? We're headed to a ship, Karen. All right. Okay. Is that where Guillee's going to be? Yes. Guillee will pick you up there. Awesome. All right. Oh, and there's a huge mothership. Okay.
Question. Can you give us an update on the balancing of the light web and the dark web and the work that's been done?
Yes, Mark, that's a very good question. We're going to wait and have the ambassador address that, okay? But yes, that's a great question. We'll get an answer for you. We know that you've both been doing a lot of work, a lot of good work in that direction. So, okay, we just got in the cargo hold. Phew. He stopped almost like, bullet in dead air. How strange. One of these days I'll get used to these shuttles and the ships and whatever else. Going through walls of stone. Okay, yowza. I got to get my legs grounded again. All right, so another shuttle met us. We're getting in and we're traveling. We're traveling out of the cargo hold. Oh, we got to an elevator. All right, so we're getting in the elevator. We're in the executive floors. I can tell by the way it looks when we get out of here. How many floors did we go up? 6? There's 6 floors to this ship? Whoa. Okay. Here you are. We're looking forward to the information you received. Welcome, Karen and Mark. Thank you, Galilee, Curry, and Willem for bringing us this information today. We're bowing. There are 2 other, are they generals, commanders? They're sergeants. Okay. And we have the ambassador. Ambassadors are more like a general in actual army terms. Okay. I've already filled the generals in. They have been working with their own teams. They know what's going on. So let's get down to the basics here. What did you find out today? We found out that all of the ores that we suspected not only are being produced, as we have gotten intel on before, but the numbers are growing. He just handed the ambassador a little flash drive. Oh, no, that's a key. It's a key. He had already sent the information from the show. The key lets him access the information, Karen. Very great. Alrighty. I'm seeing the same charts and graphs that I saw on the ship. But guys, I don't have a clue what it means. No need, Karen. You don't have a chemical engineering background to know what all these ores and elements are. No, there is no need for you to know this, the ambassador is saying. He's studying this intensely. What we were concerned about has just been confirmed. They have enough of this product. And now, the next question is, are they going to sell it? or are they going to attempt to use it? We sat down some more with the commander's people, the reptilian ranks, and they had informed us that they don't need this much product. They could have already created what they wanted to create. We believe that there is another intention brewing here. That they don't only want to escape Earth, they want to use this on a much more massive level. They want to use it to take down multiple galaxies at once. Fortunately, we have the commander's bases, all in strategic places. He has created his bases everywhere he knew that the Dracos had a stronghold. So, this information will allow us the counterintelligence. I will be sending these off to the bases for the commander's teams to work on, and they will counter every attempt that is made. Ambassador, are you sure that they do not know about the commander's bases? Are we absolutely, positively, 1,000% sure they have not figured it out? Could they be using this to take down those bases? Is that a possibility? It's very definitely a possibility, and it's one that we have contingent planned for as well. Right. Yes. Every possible intention that we could come up with that they might be wanting to use this ore for, we have a contingent plan for. And Mark was saying to move this asteroid, or is there a way to neutralize it before it even leaves there? Again, they would just search for more of it. And your other thought, Karen, was could we destroy this asteroid? No, not without it exploding and destroying planets with it. The same as what happened to Maldek, Tiak, whichever name you want to use.
This is how these asteroids
good work.
Which again, just to remind the listeners that this is how the asteroid came into existence in the first place.
The asteroid field, yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes. To follow up on what Mark said, I've heard it called Maldek, and I've heard it called Tiak, but it was a huge super Earth that exploded, and that's what took out Mars, the surface of Mars, and there's a whole story about the moon was a ship, and it was battered, and that's how the beings got off of Tiak. It was for all the elite, and they were coming to Earth, and then they put it into an orbit around Earth, and so on and so forth. So there's many stories out there. That's a side note. The ambassador is talking to Galilee, and I can hear him saying, "We have what we need. Thank you for this. We will keep intel going, but these were the numbers we needed to know. This is what we were suspecting, and thank you. This is good work." Is there a possibility, Ambassador, that these materials could be confiscated and used by the Andromeda Council for good. Eventually that will happen. But as we said, we want to have this fail so they don't keep looking for the substance. And once again, the commander of the Red Reptilians is having his bases work on how to have it fail so constructively that they won't question it. He's done amazing work. We trust that he will come up with a solution for this as well. I'm sure he will. I'm sure his team will. He's got tremendous knowledge in these bases. That he does. He has been able to pull together more species than we have in our council or in the Federation. He's got a network that is both from the Draco reptilian side of the house and the Andromeda Federation side of the house. It's quite amazing.
And beyond.
Good. All right, everyone. This is excellent. Thank you for bringing this information. Thank you, Karen and Mark, for being willing to spy with us. And what there is for Earth to know at this time, and why we wanted you to know this. First and foremost, we want you to know that there is much support from not only Earth, from many, many galaxies. This is a collective collaboration. We really want to re-emphasize that because that is something that is desperately needed on Earth right now. To come together in a collective collaboration. It's a huge missing. But you've got to go through this turmoil to get there. You've got to go through this turmoil to uncover the darkness that's been surrounding you. And Mark, yes, I heard you ask your question from the shuttle about the dark web and the light web. Your work has been helping. Now, let me express it this way. Both of you, in doing your work, have put emphasis on the dark web and put emphasis on the light web. You're working on the expansion of the light web. You're working on diminishing and enlightening the dark web. Now, in doing that, you're emphasizing it as well. What you focus on expands, right? And I just want to say this to get this clear. In a sense, you're expanding the dark web. Now, here's the difference. You're expanding it, but surrounding it with love. You're expanding it, but you're breaking down the quantum entanglements. You're expanding it, and you're forgiving the entrapments and entanglements. You're focusing on it, and you're filling the situation with grace, the grace of understanding that people were trapped and manipulated, the grace of understanding that forgiveness is going to be needed as you uncover the dark atrocities that have been projected onto Earth, humanity, and all beings on Earth. When you focus on it that way, you actually break it down. Let me offer this to both of you. A way to focus on it in a different way that will speed up the shift to the light web. When you focus on the dark web, send everyone who's quantumly entangled it, wrap them in love, and ask for their highest good and their oversoul to help them know the difference. It will give a greater focus from love rather than a focus from break down the entanglements of evil. It's a tweak, but it's a huge difference in how it dissolves and speed with which the shift will happen. So yes, Mark, the answer is you have made a difference. The light web is expanding on Earth. The dark web is shrinking, and it can shrink faster. There's tremendous destruction. So what's happening also is the work that you're doing is wonderful, but I could say, darkness, those who choose the dark web are expanding it just as fast, if not faster. That's why the work of just surrounding everything with love works really well, and violet flaming all quantum entanglements. Again, you're holding it in a higher vibration. So, some ways to tweak it, some ways to work with it. Yes, it's working. At the same time that you diminish it, it gets expanded. So it's a game. It's a push me, pull me game. And the more that you work with love around all beings, the more that you connect with all of us to assist you, the better it will be. What we can say is thank you, keep it going, and make sure that you focus on it from a loving stance. Yes, Mark, you have a question.
Yeah, I will follow through with that, and others that I'm working with here on Earth, I will also guide them to that work with me so we can get this done.
Excellent. And please don't get discouraged. I know you guys do. And there's no rhyme or reason when it's a chess game. We move here, they move there. We counter, they counter. We move here, they move there. We counter, they counter. It's a constant dance. Same with your work. Not that your work isn't making a difference. It just keeps getting countered. And a new move is played. Just keep up the determination of it. It's going to be one of these ones that, who has the most stamina. But certainly we all know that love empowers and lifts to a far greater degree than the frequency of darkness.
Mm.
And there must be a balance.
So those aspects of my own expressions that are on the councils working on your ships, Can you talk to them so they can do their part with the similar intention as is needed?
You already do. You already do, Mark. Just connect to all aspects of your life, pull it together in one field, and work together. That's the greatest way that you can work with all of your skills at any one time and assist no matter where your light is at the moment. So, yes, you have a greater ability than we do in that regard.
Because there are others that have similar abilities that I am teaching and working with. So they will be listening to this. So if they can have that clarity information, that would be helpful for them that are listening to this when the time is right. This is shared.
Yes. Yes. Pull all of your light aspects into one field of consciousness and work from there. That is the greatest gift you can give yourself now. The energy support it. And it is the way to heal all aspects of your light. And by that, I mean release any pain that might still be stored. Free your light of any excess, baggage, emotions, trauma. And that's the way you do it, is pull it in one consciousness field. All right, with that, we need to take your leave. Take our leave. We have another meeting to attend. We thank you for this work. Good work. Amazing. We have the information we need. Everyone's getting up. Thank you. Namaste, Ambassador.
Thank you. Yeah. Namaste, everyone. We love, appreciate, and respect all of you, and we will carry this message and it forward, share with others that are open to receive and listen and learn.
We are out the door, and we are going down to the shuttle. Or to the cargo hold, I should say. All right. Any parting words? Curry, Willem, Galilee, what else do we need to know right now? That is all. I think the most important thing, Karen, for all of humanity to know with these meetings that we go to, we really want you to know how much Earth is being supported. Your family throughout the star systems is working with you, for us. This is a collaboration. No different than what the commander is creating with his network of species. We are creating this network of support throughout the humanoid species. And you've met other beings, but mostly the Andromeda Council is humanoid. However, when we get into the federations, it expands way beyond that. So, know just how much love and support is out there working for you, with you, side by side with you, and has arms open to walk with you as the time comes for disclosure and the knowledge of your family throughout the universe. Thank you, Galilee. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Kari. Thank you, Willem. Appreciate you so much. Greatly appreciate
Namaste.
you. Namaste. And I'm back by Guillee. So, for everyone, I want to remind you that in the show notes, you'll find information on how to connect with Mark and myself. And you can learn more about our work through the links provided. Thank you so much, and namaste for now.